Okay, so this is a pretty cool Reanimator deck that revolves around using a non-standard way of getting things in your graveyard into play. So, a lot of the reanimation that we've seen in the past is just Unburial Righting some sort of valuable creature like an Atraxa or something that like that into play. Well, that's all and good, but sometimes it's just not enough. Or that's not necessarily the case of what we're doing here. We're doing things a little different. All that being said, though, this is Mardu Reanimator, but we're using Invasion of Tolvada, one of the battles, in order to return a non-battle permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this can not only get your Atraxas, Atalis, and the one of Phyrexian Fleshgorger, but we can also get a Portal to Phyrexia out onto the battlefield. And this is actually the thing that we do want to have. This is the thing that we're mainly trying to reanimate, because this is the one that will give us this incremental advantage over time. And Artifact Destruction is not necessarily super heavily played, so this thing generally sticks around. Um, and another angle of this deck is we do get to take a look at the recent bannings in Standard, and we can kind of reevaluate how those are sitting in Historic. Are they too strong? Are they too weak? Whatever. So basically that's going to be Fable of the Mirror Breaker as the big one here. This thing has just always been super strong. Got banned out of Standard now, and it is just still going to probably be one of the cards that we are the most happy to draw now. So anyway, this deck is going to try to ramp into a Portal to Phyrexia or ramp to 5 mana and shortcut it with an Invasion play here. So in order to do this, we have things like Fable, we have Big Score, and those are pretty much the only ramp that we really need. We have card selection in order to find more lands, and the minimal amount of tokens that we can create with the Goblin Shaman or with Big Score helps us bridge the gap until we can get our combo off. In terms of getting things in the graveyard, Blood Tithe Harvester has its blood tokens, Cathartic Pyre can discard stuff, Fable can discard stuff, Liliana can do a symmetric discard, which sometimes is useful for us. Bitter Reunion, this allows us to discard, and that is it. So those are the ways that we get things into the graveyard. We can also control the board with Brotherhood's End, Cut Down, Go for the Throat, Abrade. A lot of ways to remove creatures. Cathartic Pyre, Liliana can minus to kill stuff. Blood Tithe Harvester can sack to kill stuff. A lot of things that we can do here. But you gotta just remember that the name of the game here is to get our Invasion of Tolvada out after we stabilize the board. A lot of decks now have synergies that can be broken with a couple of removal spells, so as long as we can find those, then we are looking pretty good with this deck. The land base is just Mardu, as you might imagine. No techie lands here. We are pretty much just trying to reanimate something out of the graveyard. Some other cool things are the Cruelty of Gix. Allows us to get into our opponent's hand, and we can then use that to search for any card into our library. This is generally going to be used to find one of our combo pieces in case one is removed, or we can, loop into another invasion if we'd like to. And then, just being able to reanimate a creature is also very strong. Portal to Phyrexia, one really, really good way in order to remove our opponent's creatures and then reuse them against our opponent. Once one of these comes down, we are hoping to win the game, but if not, we'll have to look for either a way to start hard casting our things, or as soon as we cast this, while we're getting the incremental advantage, we got to look for our next invasion in order to keep things going if they remove the portal. So this deck is pretty simple. It's a little bit more optimized. We're running a lot of one-ofs here. This is a net deck that I kind of finalized a little bit. I was really interested in the one of Liliana and one of Blood Tithe Harvester in here. This deck was originally being played as a best of 3 deck, but I think a lot of the things that they're doing there are things that we can kind of take advantage of here. Liliana's not always going to be very useful for us, and Blood Tithe Harvester, while nice, is just a 3/2 body that in a lot of cases ends up blocking and is not that good at doing that. So he's the best when we're able to combo with Fable, or when we're in a late game state and can bring it out with Portal to Phyrexia. So I think going down to one of is kind of a cool way to handle this card, and we'll kind of see if that helps or hurts us today. A notable inclusion is Scrapwork Mutt. This is just something that we can toss into the graveyard and get back in case we don't want to discard all of our cards. And then it also does, some draw discard itself, which is cool. So I think we've covered most of the deck here. I don't think I've played too much at Tally yet on this channel, so hopefully we'll be able to kill someone with some poison counters here. That would be pretty cool. Let's hop into some games, see how we can do with this deck. This is the Mardu Invasion Reanimator deck. Let's do it. Okay, game one. Let's see how we can do. Getting a Fable at the start is pretty strong, and we have all this removal plus a Brotherhood's End, so we are really insulated against these small decks with elf-type creatures. I think this is a pretty good hand. If this is indeed control, we just have to make sure that we resolve a Fable with the Mirror Breaker. We'll keep 7. White mana. Thoughtseize. So I think we lose our Fable. Unless they're really worried about us killing their creatures. I couldn't imagine. Looks like they're reading Brotherhood's End for the first time. I think Fable is the obvious taker here. Alright, so we'll just lead out on some lands and then play it slow. We don't really mind discarding things too much. It's just we got to make sure that their Thoughtseizes hit not super important things. And I see a Sky Sovereign, so that means we are playing against a Greasefang deck, most likely, some sort of vehicle reanimation. So they can play him on 3, so I do need to be ready with the Go for the Throat. And then we will stop before they go to combat. It's just a Rafine's Informant, so that's fine. I may sweep everything up with a Brotherhood's End soon. We will see. I'm down to take a little bit of damage here. They drop off another Rafine's Informant. Okay. There's also Rally the Ancestors, which is another way that they could be playing this, so I don't really know what's going to happen here. We have big score for next turn, so maybe I just want to Brotherhood's End now, potentially. While I could do that, I don't want to deal with their Sky Sovereign coming back, so maybe let's not do that right now. Go for the Throat can't kill it, so we have to make sure that no one of these creatures can enter the battlefield. Okay, so our white sources are not online yet. We'll get to those next turn. I'm okay taking 4 here in the meantime. Alright, where's the Greasefang? I know you have it. They do not. Maybe they're looking for it still. At this point, I'm almost feeling like it's time to start Brotherhood's Ending. They're down to 2 lands. I mean, they must have Greasefang in hand, can't they? We will put a Sacred Foundry in tapped. No, we'll put it in... We'll put one of these in and then big score out some treasures. I will not be okay, so Isika's Chariot, interesting. That's fine. So I think I'll big score now and then try to Brotherhood's End next turn. We take a bit of damage here, but that's okay. Big score. I will discard... Let's see. I'll discard the non-Sacred Foundry one. I'm down to take a little bit of damage here in order to get it off. I don't want to be paying life for all my things. Atraxa is here. I can destroy Isika's Chariot because that is an artifact. I'm going to hold on to it though. Don't want to be doing that just yet. So Brotherhood's End and then probably Shocken's Sacred Foundry, or just put it in tapped. And we will be able to... We can almost pay for a hard cast Atraxa now. I think I know that I definitely want a Brotherhood's End. That's like just non-negotiable. Take a little damage here. We get to wipe their board. That's the most important point here. Okay, Isika's Chariot, if they'd like, it won't matter. That does get to happen. Isika, Liliana, and a Marsh. I'm feeling pretty good about my life total. I almost want to crack in a Sacred Foundry now. Save the treasures. Because I can just cast a hard cast Atraxa, and if I can get that out, then I can life gain back. Stitcher Supplier is not a thing that I'm worried about. They get Can't Stay Away, so Can't Stay Away will bring back just some creature. So we will need to always stop them before they move to combat. That's okay. And I don't need to kill a Stitcher Supplier. I don't really need to kill anything with a grade yet, so that's okay. Now we can just do a tally then. I'm going to play it a bit slower. We're going to play more reactively. Put out a Fable. And kind of just hold here. Next turn we can discard both of these. Or we can discard maybe just the Atraxa. I don't really know. For sure it's the Atraxa. Maybe one of the Go for the Throats. Alright, so they're going to take an Informant back. Sure. I don't have Graveyard Hate. That is notable. There's the Parhelion. So we want to make sure that that doesn't come back. Okay, so I think now I'm fine to just destroy this Asika's Chariot, right? Yeah. Cool. That can happen. Sure, pass my turn. Discard 2 cards. I think I'll just do the Scrapwork Mutt, maybe. I'd like to have removal. I gotta be able to kill Greasefang. Yeah, let's do it that way. And we get the Harvester back. So he's finally around. That's going to start to be pretty useful when Fable flips. And now I got to decide what I'm going to play. I can do a Scrapwork Mutt, discarding Itali. I really don't think I need to do that. Maybe we can just... I don't really know if I want to do this. I'm going to play the Blood Tithe Harvester. And then pass here. I can maybe just use the blood token to discard Scrapwork Mutt. That doesn't really seem like the best use of my cards, though. They find a Thoughtseize. At least it doesn't go into their hand. They're losing a bunch of good things to play here. Okay, so what am I doing now? Nothing, probably. I'm just going to hold. We get to return this back, and now I think that it is time to cast an Itali here. We have the extra 2 mana here for a Go for the Throat in case it matters. So this seems pretty good. Let's do that. And let's get in there. Did I just hit a Scrapwork Mutt? That's so funny. Well, that's like the worst possible case here. I'll put this out and then discard a Scrapwork Mutt. Their Witherbloom command. Target non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. That can hit Rafine's Informant. And I don't need a land, so I will just drain them for 2, I guess. Can I kill anything with 1 toughness? Yes, I can, so I will do this. Kill the thing with 2 or less. Why can I not do this? Destroy target non-land, non-creature. Ah, I see where I was wrong. So I will do 2 life. And the -3/-1, we will kill the Satyr Wayfinder. I will target my opponent. Alright, there we go. So I'll pop this guy out, discard this Scrapwork Mutt. Alright, got a land. Let's move to combat here. Do I want to do anything with Blood Tithe Harvester? Not really. I can go in with this and see if they'd like to trade for Informant. That makes my next turn really good. Okay, so they just go for the mill. Okay. And then I gotta make sure that we just don't let them have a Greasefang out. They'll need Greasefang and backup. Liliana, sure. Player discards a card, I'll discard a land. They wanted to get a Parhelion out, and they're gonna be in trouble here, aren't they? Because I can just kill them. Go for the throat, kill this. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We got lethal. No lands that can animate, and they are dead. Cool. So we were able to make it. And with a hard-cast Itali, though we didn't find much out of it. That was a pretty good game. Let's move on to round 2. Alright, here we go. We're in round 2. I have removal and a bit of reunion. I'm already late to check into this game, so I might as well just take it. Okay, so run out the Triumph first. We'll probably just run into a bit of reunion, drop off a Atraxa. Let's see, so do I shock in or what? Don't really have a turn 3 play, so I will just play this on the black side. Bit of reunion, we will get rid of a Atraxa. We have the invasion here, so that's good. We also have a Scrapwork Mutt in case they don't play a creature. Though, is this going to be the Fable coming down? Is this Grixis Control? Surveil. Alright, that's different. So, I'm a little bit worried about bringing back an Atraxa with Invasion. I'd like to bring back a different card, ideally. We put out a Godless Shrine in tapped, Scrapwork Mud out. I will discard... Should I discard secondary Atraxa? I don't think they'll have much graveyard hate. So now we have double Go for the Throat or Cathartic Pyre. Okay. Should be able to kill it unless they do this. Okay, that's fine. We can at least finish this off with her, or with Cathartic Pyre. Yeah, I don't want to give them the mana, so I'll do this now. And then we could just dash the Scrapwork Mud, I suppose. That doesn't really do a whole lot. Oh, no, it does, because I can portal the Phyrexia. That's huge. Auto-pay, take a damage. Discard portal. And big score's close. It's not exactly what we wanted. We'll need to draw an untapped land if we want to reanimate this turn. And we'll wait for our opponent to hopefully play a creature. Okay, they don't play a creature, that's fine. We'll just go ahead and pass to their turn. I am perfectly fine playing at instant speed with big score here. Okay, Nicol Bolas, sure. And then I will just big score. We will discard a... Go for the Throat. Resolves. I think I'm fine to just do an invasion right now. We will get rid of a Bitter Reunion. My turn. And we will drop out a Savai Triumph here, and then invasion back. Auto-pay. Alright, so let's get back a Portal to Phyrexia. I mean, I could just take an Atraxa now. I think you got Portal's better, though. They don't get to sack anything, but it's okay. On our upkeep, we get an Atraxa back. Like in Brotherhood's End, to keep Nicol Bolas at bay. I'm feeling okay here. So they're going to try to remove Portal if they can. We'll see if they have the ability to. Sure. I'm thinking that I probably just get rid of Scrapwork Mutt. I was debating that or Bitter Reunion. I think having the haste might be a good idea. The Devil, okay, that's going to take away this. I can get it back with the other invasion. Okay, so I can kill Bolas now. Let's kill Bolas. Oh wait, I can only do 3 damage. Okay, well, we're going to invasion again, see if that makes it through. Otherwise, next turn we can just Brotherhood's End to keep Nicol Bolas at bay. Cool. I think here I'm just going to take Atraxa. It's just going to be better. We do need to get some cards here. They can remove Atraxa if they'd like. That's quite okay. I'll be looking for another invasion, probably. Okay, so we... Oh! They picked the wrong one. That's unfortunate for them. So we're going to take Invasion, Liliana, take a Pathway, I think. Fable, Junji, and Cut Down. That's a lot of cards. Let's go. We can play this one for turn. We already have most colors of mana. I will take black. And then we can deal some damage to Bolas. I will not be able to do anything about that, but what I can do is activate this and give Atraxa haste. Alright, Atraxa goes and kills Bolas. I don't need to kill an invasion yet. All I really do is get this thing that makes spirits, and I will discard. Not really sure what I'm going to discard. Junji is a thing that could go. go for the throat and a braid. Maybe get rid of a braid. Maybe cut down. I don't think they're playing anything that's CMC 5 or less, or CMC total 5 or less. You know what I mean. Power toughness 5 or less, not CMC. Okay, so they click correctly this time. Short. Bolus. We got it. So I'll probably keep Liliana and minus her. Oh, actually, you know what? I can Tolvada. Okay, so I know that they have a couple of creatures now, so go for the throat is good to keep. Brotherhood's End is surprisingly not going to be that good. We just have to keep the planeswalkers at bay. Tolvada. Portal. They sack their Bolus. I can put this in tapped, or I guess I could shock because I have the mana for it. This means Fable can come out. This will allow me to play around some sort of instant speed edict effect. Alright, now opponent's going to do something. I'm hoping this doesn't hang me too much. If I can start flipping these Tolvadas, then I'm going to feel really good about myself. That's an artifact. Okay, they got it. And now Junji is going to be pretty good. I don't think I'm going to discard anything. Ooh, I get my creature token. Okay. Discard the land and a braid. That seems like the weakest of the two. We get double portal. Holy crap. Let's just get a Junji out. So this can take out an invasion. Also, if they decide to kill it, then I'm feeling okay. Sacks a creature, short. And then we lose an enchantment and a planeswalker. Okay. So Junji's going to die, and I'm going to take something back. I will take a non-dragon. We will take an Atraxa. Alright, I got my final invasion here. Get another land. Cruelty of Gix is probably the enchantment I want to take. Phyrexian Fleshgorger, and go for the throat, and then I can take Scrapwork Mutt as the artifact. Really good hits here. Let's go ahead and move to combat here. Swing at this invasion. Sweet. Alright, so we get to flip that. That's good. Yes, cast this. And we'll take a Liliana, start discarding our opponent's hands.
This is my
I'm going to get rid of one of these lands. And then I can shock this in and Cruelty of Gix my opponent. That'll come in here. And they have an Ugin and a Liliana, so I think they're going to just definitely cast one of these. What is the worst one to have around? Ugin gives them cards. Liliana also gives them cards. That's kind of tough. Liliana minus leaves her at 2. Ugin minus leaves him at 1, so I will take Liliana. Alright, and so now we got creatures. This means that my spirit will be able to take out Ugin unless they drew another piece of removal.
I am ancient and wise.
We have inevitability now. We don't really need another Atraxa, honestly. With one more land draw here, we can hardcast the portal. Wow, we just drew another Atraxa. That's crazy. And what do I really want? Would I take a land here? Could just take a land. Atali's also good. I'll take the Atali, actually. Then let's go ahead and have everyone discard. Make sure we just get that last card out of their hand. Get rid of the Phyrexian Fleshgorger. And so they had a land as well. We can get an Atali out, and this hopefully will close the game out for us. Table of Mirrorbreaker and a Shieldred. That's cool. That actually takes care of the Ugin. That's cool. Sweet. Alright, so we were able to turn the corner against this interesting pile of cards. I want to take a quick look at what they were playing. This seems to be a War of the Spark era Grixis control deck, upgraded with Shieldreds, and I guess Chandra. Actually, no, this has been old. Yeah, this is kind of like a War of the Spark era list. I mean, this is kind of reminiscent of when I started playing Arena, so this is pretty nostalgic to me. Seeing the Bedevils, the Thought Erasures, this card was played so much, oh my god. And then Bedevil has a removal spell, Imagine. Okay, well, that was a good game. We came out on top, and that was round 2. Let's move on to round 3. Alright, here we go, round 3. What do we have here? Fable is kind of our first important card. Give it a try. Soul Winner. Okay, so some ETB type things, so Brotherhood's End will be great here. Consoles, that's okay. That's also okay. The question is if I want to do this now because what's that one card's name? The one that gains life will gain them too much life right now. Okay, so I'll pass. We're gonna see what they're playing. If they do find their 3-mana play, this might be tough. Ooh, they didn't have a play. That's cool. Love to see it. So, there's a few ways I can look at this. Number one is they may have the Johnny's Pridemate type creature. That will immediately become a 4/4, and then it'll be out of the range of Brotherhood's End. What I think I should probably just do is get up under them now, and then just Brotherhood's End to remove the things that are gaining them life. So hopefully Authority of the Consuls will be the only type of effect that can gain them life after this point. We will see. Yeah, I don't really care too much about Luminous Phantom. That's okay. Alright, so that's good. They didn't play anything super awesome. That means I can get a Fable out, start working with this. Fortunately, the Authority of the Consuls is going to be an absolute thorn in my side all the way, but that's okay. We can push through this. Ossification. Okay, so that's going to take my... Okay, it's going to take my creature. Not super mad about that. Got another invasion. So what do I do here? I can just drop off the 2 Scrapwork Mutts. Maybe the Bitter Reunion, though. I think Bitter Reunion's better because having the ability to give my bombs haste in the end of the game is going to be strong. So we'll do this. Got our lands, sweet. So now I just got to set up something for invasion. I will pay 2 life, Mirror Breaker, auto pay. Yeah, sure. And then I'm gonna Bitter Reunion now. We go to 9, which is kind of difficult, but hopefully we will be able to find something here. Bummer. Okay, so we don't have our thing to discard yet. That's tough. I was kind of counting on getting that with Fable, Chapter 2. They're just taking the creatures, which is interesting. I mean, I'd rather have the Fables. So they're missing their life gain payoff, which we're going to have to exploit here. If I can just find my payoff, I can reanimate it in 2 turns, so that's not it. We get first Fable back, and then second Fable. Yeah, sure, you can have your life. I'm going to discard 2 lands, or should I do Bitter Reunion? I'm going to discard the 2 lands because I need to have something that can discard additionally. Okay, there we go. There's a portal for Exia. Let's put this in on white, and then how are we doing on mana? We only have 4 here. So I will play it like this. We will discard a Portal Defrexia, and then unfortunately Scrapwork Mutt doesn't matter at all. Luckily we do have a Fable here. We go to 6. Starting to get scary. Another Soul Warden. I mean, it's at least not a threat. And we can actually just make them sack their whole board next turn. Yeah, this is going to be nice. Okay, so do I care to see what this last card in their hand is? I probably don't want to take that much damage, so I think the answer is just Invasion now. I will maybe get rid of Liliana. I don't think I need anything else. We have 3 invasions. This is going to be nice. Okay, Invasion. This will take back a Portal. Alright, they sack their board. We get to attack. And I believe this is our turning point, unless they can find an Ossification or Borrowed Time. Ossification can't actually hit it, so it does need to be a Borrowed Time. This could just be them all tough forward. I suppose we'll see. Oh, my opponent is here, and they've conceded. Okay, cool. So that was our round 3. Let's move on to round 4. All right, we are here in round 4. Let's go. Again with the Fable of the Mirror Breakers. Love it. Seems like a good start. Opponent goes down to 6 with Yorion as their companion. Wonder what the move is here. Tap land, okay. If that's the case, I'm going to shock in and start to apply some pressure with Blood Tithe Harvester. Drew our only one of these in the deck. We get to swing in, it looks like. Play our land here. Should I play double white or double black? I think double black is the only double pip that we have. Here's a Fable. Doesn't get Mana Tithe. I guess they couldn't have even cast Mana Tithe. They are many colors though. This could be Domain Yorion or something. It actually may just be a Domain kind of deal. I'm just gonna discard 1. I want to keep the rest of these cards. We get our 4th mana. Get a second Fable. We have enough for an invasion next turn. Alright. Go ahead and pass. I hope they go for some creature play. Deafening Clarion, okay. Sure. We will see here if they can deal with a bigger creature. Junji... I'm actually not going to do anything here. Just go ahead and invasion. Let's take our ward guy. Will you take a ward 7 here to kill it? That is the question. Can they blow up the board? That is the other question. Archon? Sweet, we get to kill that thing. So, destroy non-artifact. Boom, move to combat, and we are swinging. Oh, I guess I could have made a copy of Flesh Gorger. Whoops. Whatever. It's fine. Alright, we get to go in, and they are dead next turn. We will go ahead and cast this. And end our turn, get to make a little creature. And this is going to be our Crushing Inevitability. They can wipe the board, but at least we have the Broken Sky up now. Might get 2 forfeits in one series, I guess. Oh wait, never mind, they're here. Ooh, okay, so what do they take? Are they going to pay the ward for Gorger? They kind of have to. And they are correct that Kiki-Jiki can make another Gorger. And are they just betting that I don't see this? I know what I can do. Alright, cool. Yeah, I guess they were just assuming that I didn't know how to play that since I missed it the previous turn. But no matter, we are doing well here. That was our round 4. We actually only have one more to go. This has been an overall pretty good league. Let's hop into round 5 and see if we can finish out strong. Alright, final round. Here we go. So this one is less good. We have things to reanimate, but we don't have a way to discard other than Blood Tithe Harvester. And we don't have our reanimation effect or a... Honestly, we don't really have a play past turn 3. Should I just believe in this hand? Let's see what happens if I believe in a hand. I mean, I can discard and draw cards, so I do have a little bit of draw power to get out of here. It's definitely limited, but there's a chance we can make it. Probably just start with a Scrapwork Mutt. Just play it on 2. Do we get Thoughtseize? Yes, we do. So they take either our Mutt or our Harvester. I think probably the Harvester, if I were them. Oh, they take Portal. That honestly helps us. Here's our Triome. Another Thoughtseize. Do they just take Atraxa? They must be trying to exile my graveyard. Okay, so we're left with Fable. This is interesting. Could not tell you why they're doing the things that they're doing, so I guess at this point then I'm just going to play the Harvester. Next turn we get a Fable out, and we'll start to feel pretty good here. We need to build a board so that we can pressure a Liliana. Ooh, this is even better for us. Let's get out a Fable. And we get to start hitting. Feels pretty good. I think next turn I will discard the Scrapwork Mutt. Maybe the Godless Shrine. I think we might be able to go under them here. In terms of threats, they are playing pretty far behind us here. They are the slower one. So we get to discard 2 cards here. I mean, I could discard the 2 lands. That helps me draw more. Big score, that's cool. I think another Fable is what I want to be doing here, though. So I'll play this tapped. Not that I had a choice in the matter. And then I will get another one of these guys out. So we're starting to move. Now I think I'll discard Scrapwork Mutt and potentially whatever I draw. We might actually win this one without even reanimating anything. What can our opponent play? They can, like, be charging up a big Torment of Hailfire. They might just put a creature out here, in which case I'll need to dig for something. Liliana's coming way too late here. They can make me discard Scrapwork Mutt.
My way tend to regret it.
Sacks a creature, sure. Can they make me kill another one, though? Doesn't look like it. Let's see, I'll discard this. And do I have anything useful in here? Yes, I do. So I'll do this. Get a Cruelty of Gix. That's even better. Wow. Okay, so I can go attack, attack, make a token. Boom. Cruelty of Gix first. That'll be a problem for them to deal with, and then they also have the invasion coming down next. Alright, so what can we take from them? I think Shieldred is probably the most annoying thing, but then I can also just... I can deal with the Shieldred. Can I deal with the Liliana? I guess I can also deal with the Liliana. They have 5 mana. I mean, I think I'll just take Liliana here. And turn, so go. So they probably cast Shieldred here unless they find something better. If that's the case, then I invasion, kill their Shieldred. Okay, we lose our reflection, that's sad. But it's okay. Murderous Rider, okay. I suppose that makes sense. We can search our library for a card. I'll probably just take another invasion. Like, that just seems like the right thing to do. Auto pay. We will take back our Portal to Phyrexia, get the Murderous Rider out. And now, when this comes in, I can go ahead and swing at Invasion. Feels good. And we end turn here. So they have to deal with that now. Even if they try to kill, sure, that's fine. I will get rid of the Shaman. I will get rid of the... Do I have a second creature in the graveyard to take? Not really, so I can just use the... portal trigger, I guess. Yeah, the portal trigger will be better. Alright, cool. So we get Atraxa back. Lovely. Let's go ahead and kill our opponent. Yeah, so we could have just reflectioned a 7/7 in and then swung at our opponent. Alright, well, we finished it out and got a little rank up there to boot. Hope you guys enjoyed this deck. This was our Mardu Reanimator. Very, very cool build of it. This was a build that I found on just a decklist site. So I don't have any credit in front of me to give, but I would definitely recommend trying this deck out, though. It's a very interesting one, very cool brew, and I feel that it did pretty well out here. If you guys liked this video, drop a like, helps me grow the channel. If you're new here and want to see more Magic videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm playing Historic all the time, pretty much. So thank you guys for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out and have a good day.